this week's pickup video. Now this week I pretty much just stayed around town. I had to do a training session for some people out at my work. But I did go around and hit some of my flea markets I like to hit on the weekends. I found a lot of good stuff, mainly for my collection. Nothing really fancy, but some good stuff here. Picked up a Mr. Do for the ColecoVision. I don't have a ColecoVision yet, but I went ahead and picked it up anyway because it's only like $1. Then I picked up some Astrocade games. I picked up Blackjack and AC-Deucey and Poker. Not a bad little game. It's kind of fun. And then I picked up Panzer Attack and Red Baron. Pretty neat game. Unfortunately, they're all multiplayer games, so you just can't play one player and battle the computer, unfortunately. But it's not a bad little game. It's got two different games on it. Of course, you got a airplane game, and then you have your Panzer Attack, the tank game, which is fairly well done. Then I picked up Grand Prix, just a little racing game. Has a really cool Demolition Derby game on here that's a lot of fun to play around with. That one you can play one player and battle the computer, but you have to race other people if you want to do the racing games. Then for my Game Boy Advance, I picked up Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness and Pac-Man World. Now I like Miss Pac-Man Maze Madness on the Sega Dreamcast, so it's kind of neat to find a portable version of it for my little Game Boy Advance. So that's pretty awesome. Then I picked up Desert Strike Advance. I love the Desert Strike series on the Sega Genesis, so I was pretty pumped to find this. I didn't know they made one for the Game Boy Advance. So it's a pretty neat game to have a hold of. And I picked up Frontline for the Atari 2600. And it's okay. It was only another $1 cartridge, so I went ahead and picked it up. But what's interesting is on the back there's a little sticker on there. It says, bonus cartridge included with Gemini purchase. The Coleco Gemini. So I didn't realize that they included this with the Gemini Atari. It's kind of neat. Then I picked up Firefighter by Imagic. It's a pretty neat little game. It's not too bad. It's actually kind of fun. Then I picked up for my Atari 7800 Choplifter. It's not the greatest version of Choplifter, but it's a lot of fun. It's only $1, so found a lot of dollar games this week. It's pretty cool. Then for my Nintendo NES, I picked up Roadrunner, where you play the role of the Roadrunner, trying to keep away from the Wile E. Coyote. Picking up Birdseed. It's a pretty neat game. It's a lot of fun. I really like it. Then for my Sega Genesis, I picked up RoboCop 3, complete in the box. It's pretty close to playing the arcade game of RoboCop, at least from how I remember it. It's a lot of fun. Hard as heck, but it's a lot of fun to play. Then for my PlayStation, and these are nothing fancy. These are just for my collection because I wanted them. I picked up Ridge Racer, the very first one. It's an okay racing game. It's not too bad. A little jerky. Then I picked up Twisted Metal 3 for my PlayStation. Now this one's a lot of fun. I like the combat car kind of games. So this was right up my alley. And then finally, based on the recommendation of my friend Nermix of the Television Nerds podcast, I found myself a Intellivision controller from a Sears Super Video Arcade that'll plug in to my Intellivision 2. And I have tried it, and yeah, it makes a big difference having these nice rubber buttons and the nicer keyboard on it. It responds really well, so I'm pretty happy with this. So that's pretty much all the pickups this week. Thanks for watching.